Hello everyone and welcome to another video by Centipede Geek. Today I'm going to discuss my thoughts and opinions upon the NBC television series with the name of Crossing Lines. I'm going to talk about the entire first season, which consists of 10 episodes. And without any further ado, let's go to get to it, shall we? If you don't know what Crossing Lines on NBC is, it's pretty much your standard police procedural show where we have several cop characters and they go around the world taking out some of the hardest and baddest criminals all around the world, either killing them or just putting them in jail. Overall, just taking them down and making sure they don't cause crime or murder or do bad things anymore. And we have each cop is from a different place, making them four in the United States, and they're all from different countries, and they form a group called the ICC group. And each one of them has a special knowledge. One of them is really smart with technology. We have another man that is really good with his fists, really good with guns, and he knows how to fight and that sort of thing. So you get the gist of it. Each one has a special sort of knowledge, and like I said, they take out some of the baddest criminals. And, each episode is kind of an individual story about an individual murder or crime, and then, of course, a big plot starts to happen, and, we have underlining themes about relationship. There is a few center villains that are in 2 or 3 episodes, and you kind of get the picture. Anyways, that's the plot of the NBC television series with the name of Crossing Lines for the entire first season, like I said earlier, which consists of 10 episodes. So, Crossing Lines on NBC stars actors such as Mark Levine, William Fichtner, and then Donald Sutherland. And overall, my thoughts and opinions on the first season, the first 10 episodes for NBC's series with the name of Crossing Lines. Overall, I really enjoyed the first season. I will say, it is kind of your standard police procedural show. It doesn't really bring anything new to the table. It's not really that original. It's kind of like a standard individual crime, individual murder, and every, individual story in every episode. But overall, I still thought it was pretty decent. And the reason I say that is because mainly the actors that were involved. The actors that are involved are actually a lot better than the entire show itself. Let's talk about some of my favorite characters. One of my favorite characters is a French actor, and I don't think he's done too much. I think this may have been one of the only things he's been in, but anyways, it's a great French actor. I really enjoyed him. He is actually the leader of the group, besides, William Fichtner, but he's kind of the detective in charge. But Mark Levine is a Frenchman, the French actor, like I said, and he is actually the leader of the ICC group. And I really liked him. I love the subplot with this character about, trying to find Dimitrov, who killed his son. You find out, major spoilers coming up. You find out the last episode that they were actually targeting his wife all along, and the son just died in the process. So I really like his character. I think he has some of the best scenes, some of the best dialogue, some of the best acting pieces in the NBC television series with the name of Crossing Lines. A great French actor, Mark Levine's character, I really enjoyed overall. He has some great, dramatic, sentimental, and overall emotional sequences. And about every 2 to 3, about every 3 episodes, he has a great scene, especially in the season finale. In the first hour, the scene where it's a train sequence, and they're both, arguing because, they wanted to get, she wanted to get a divorce, a few episodes ago. And I loved that sequence with him where, they're talking about the son, hunting him down, they're trying to go to Amsterdam, so they get an apartment together so they can stay safe. And, she ends up going back to Paris. And then, of course, she ends up being locked down in an underground cellar. So I really like Mark Levine's character, just a great actor, really liked him. Another character I really liked was William Fichtner. He's been popping up in a few movies that I've been watching recently. He had a small role in Elysium. I haven't seen it yet, but he was also in Percy Jackson's Sea of Monsters recently. So he's been popping up in quite a few things recently. And he was also in The Lone Ranger. He played the villain in the Lone Ranger film starring Johnny Depp and Armie Hammer. Anyways, I really enjoyed William Fichtner's character. He was really cool. He played kind of like a a cop, that was washed up. He got shot in the hand, so he could only shoot with one hand. So everyone, underestimated his ability to be a cop. And I really liked William Fichtner's character. He, played a great role, and overall, he was just really cool. Another character I really liked that popped up every now and then, started off to be a supporting character, and then as the series went on, his role got a lot bigger, was an older actor by the name of Donald Sutherland. I really loved him. He's probably one of my favorite characters in the NBC television series with the name of Crossing lines. I really liked him, especially the ending sequence of the entire first season with him, when you find out that he is our true villain of the NBC series by the name of Crossing Lines. I really liked his character because, he's doing all sorts of shady things in the show, going to Moscow, Russia, I believe. He goes to Russia, and lies to the Frenchman's character, Mark Levine. He says, I'm not going to Russia, but yeah, he really was in Russia. And he goes to Poland, and he's always going places and then lying about where he's going. So I always knew that, lying about things, I always knew his character was a little shady. And the sequence in the moment at the very end, when we found out what he was all about, him trying to cover his own self, cover his own butt, I just really like that. How you find out that, he is the one that's keeping him down, the Frenchman's character down, him and his wife down in the cellar, and he said, I can never let you out because, if he does, Dimitrov will kill him. So I really like that. Just finally finding out what Donald Sutherland's character is all about, why he's been acting so shady, and it just really put his character, really fleshed his character out. Donald Sutherland did a great job acting. So like I said, those are my three favorite characters: William Fichtner, Mark Levine, the Frenchman, and then the older actor Donald Sutherland, the man with the white hair and the white beard. Overall, those are my three favorite characters for the NBC television series by the name of Crossing Lines. The individual stories in the show are pretty good. They're kind of, like a standard murder. Some of them are interesting. Some of them are decent. Some of them are okay. The show, overall, I thought it was pretty good. What really made me enjoy the show was the 2-hour season finale. The series was decent up to that point. I was watching mainly for the actors involved because, like I said earlier, the actors in this show are a lot better than the show actually is itself. The actors, William Fichtner, Mark Levine, Donald Sutherland, they're great actors, but the show itself overall, is just, for the most part, it's just decent. Not until the season finale does the show actually, shine. I love the fact how the guy, the criminal he was facing in New York, the one that shot him in the hand, I love how he's kind of having like this one night stand, this one last stand against this cop, and finally takes him down, and then the cliffhanger ending, of course, he escapes from the hospital after hurting, the girl cop, and I just really like how this, one last stand between these two, him having to shoot up the lethal dose of heroin, and William Fichtner, getting really hurt, and being in the hospital in the process. He didn't go to the hospital, but he was in there, talking to the guy. Anyways, I really like that one last stand sequence, and overall, the season finale really did it for me. All the characters, you found out that Anna Marie's character, the girl that went to rehab for, the psychological problems she was having, it seemed that her character may have died off. So, everything started to get a lot better. You found out some secrets about one of the foreign characters, his computer getting hacked, and, why she hacked his computer, his files, and leaking the files and all that. So overall, the season finale is really what made the NBC television series by the name of Crossing Lines. Overall, I did really enjoy the series. No, the series is not amazing. No, it's not spectacular. And no, it's not phenomenal in any sort of way. But if you want an above-average CSI show, and if you're really into those crime murder shows, but you're sick of just kind of the normal everyday show, everyday crime murder show like CSI New York and CSI Miami or NCIS and all those shows, and you want something that is kind of like those, but if you ask me, probably just a little bit better, because of the whole concept of bringing in other foreign actors and, having all these, foreign things going on and having somewhat of an underlining theme between the characters and dramatic scenes and relationships, then I think Crossing Lines is the way to go. Overall, a pretty decent first season, not amazing. What really makes this first season overall, like I said earlier, is the season finale. If you can wait for the first 9 weeks and then watch the 10th week and watch that 10th episode, the season finale, I really think you'll enjoy it. That season finale really makes you appreciate the entire series as a whole. Right now, it doesn't look too good for Crossing Lines. It looks like it could be canceled because of the really low ratings it has had. So, according to my sources, the season finale premiered Sunday, August 18th of 2013, and they only had about 2 million viewers, and they normally have about 3 million, so you can see that there was about a 1 million people drop, and now they only have about 2 million viewers. But there is one good thing, is that I found that, I'll send you a link to my sources, NBC doesn't actually produce the show, which means they don't have to pay very much for it, which means Crossing Lines could potentially actually have a second season, because NBC isn't the one paying all the money for it, because they're not the ones that produce it. According to my sources, it is actually commissioned by a TV place called TF1, and it's actually in France, and Sony, so France, I guess Sony and France actually take over the show for their AXN channels, and it's a little confusing, but I'll put a link in the description bar below, that way you guys can see the actual source. So NBC doesn't produce the show, Sony in France does with TF1 Company, which means that it could have a second season. However, it does say that since it is produced by Sony, it could be picked up on a different channel. Most likely, it will still be put out on DVD, though it may not have a second season because of such low ratings. If it does have a second season, if it does get canceled, I will make sure to let you guys know in another video. Once again, thanks for watching another video by Centipede Geek for my Crossing Lines first season review of the first 10 episodes of the NBC television series. Once again, thanks for watching another video by Centipede Geek. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to my page below, and I'll see you guys later with more videos by Centipede Geek.